everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is August 23rd, 2024, and it's reported that Barcelona have presented two pre-agreements to La Liga that will allow them to register players such as Dani Olmo. Also, Eric Garcia is now fully ruling out an exit out of the club. And finally, Barcelona consider that Federico Chiesa is the most feasible option for the left wing position. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. Before I begin with the news, just a quick announcement that tomorrow I will be out of the country for about 8 days, but as usual, when I travel, I do take a camera and a microphone with me, so I'm still gonna be giving you up-to-date videos. It's gonna be short live streams, 8 to 10 minute live videos where I'm gonna give you updates about Barcelona. There's not gonna be any editing. I'm not gonna be addressing the chat section. It's just gonna be short live videos so you can stay up to date on all Barcelona news while I'm away on vacation. Now, having said all that, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. All this helps the channel continue to grow. Now, begin the video with the news that Barcelona have reportedly presented two pre-agreements to La Liga that will allow them to register players such as Dani Olmo. Now, as you know, Dani Olmo is yet to be registered with La Liga as a first-team player. Barcelona were not in a rush to register him before the match against Valencia because he was not physically ready. So even if he was registered, he wasn't going to play because he wasn't ready. And as such, Barcelona went ahead and registered other players such as Marc Casado, Pau Victor, and Pablo Torre. But now it's being reported that Barcelona will register Dani Olmo on Saturday. So tomorrow, Saturday, August 24th, Barcelona will register Dani Olmo ahead of that match that is set to be played against Athletic Club de Bilbao, which of course begs the question, do you think we'll see Dani Olmo play against Athletic Club de Bilbao? Do you not? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, one way that Barcelona will try to achieve the registration of Dani Olmo is that reportedly they have presented two pre-agreements to La Liga. So these are agreements that Barcelona have reached with other parties. We don't know if it's new sponsors. We don't know if one of these agreements is the Nike agreement. We don't know exactly what these agreements are about, but we do know that Barcelona have reached two agreements with two different parties. Barcelona have presented these pre-agreements to La Liga saying, look, these agreements are almost done. Everything is in place. It's yet to be signed, but it's going to happen. So please allow us more financial fair play margin to register players such as Dani Olmo, and Barcelona are confident that La Liga will approve these two pre-agreements and therefore allow them to register Dani Olmo on Saturday, plus give them more room to register other players. Now, in case La Liga do not approve these two pre-agreements, it's reported that Barcelona are ready to put up a bond. Seems that 2 or 3 directors are willing to put money out of their own pockets as a bond, as a guarantee, so Barcelona can register Dani Olmo and other players. So one thing is for sure is that Dani Olmo most likely will be getting registered on Saturday, whether it would be through the two pre-agreements that Barcelona have presented or through the bonds that the board of directors are ready to put out of their own pockets. Now, speaking of the financial fair play, we do have to talk about what Barcelona have achieved so far as exits. So let's resume Barcelona's summer transfer market, starting with Mika, who Barcelona have offloaded for 12 million euros plus 4 million euros in variables. So a total 60 million euro package, plus a buyback clause worth 35 million euros and also 25% of any future sell-on clause. Then we have Julian Araujo, who Barcelona have offloaded to Bournemouth for 10 million euros. Then we have Shadriyad, who Barcelona offloaded to Real Betis for 3 million euros. Then Real Betis offloaded him to Crystal Palace, and Barcelona took 6 million euros off of that sale because they had 50% of the rights of the player. So that's a total of 9 million euros for the Moroccan center back. Then we have Marguerite, who Chelsea paid his 6 million euro release clause in order to take the academy attacker. And we also have Albert Navarro, who Atalanta signed for 2 million euros from Barcelona only, I think it was about a week or 2 weeks ago. And finally, we have Estanis Pedrola, who Sampdoria have paid 3 million euros to Barcelona in order to acquire the rights of the player. And that's a total of close to 40 million euros that Barcelona have so far made off exits. Of course, we also do have the exit of İlkay Gundogan to Manchester City, but that was a free transfer. We have the exit of Serginho Dest to PSV Eindhoven. That was also a free transfer, but Barcelona did retain a percentage of any future sale. And then we have the exits of Oriol Romeo to Girona and Vitor Roque to Real Betis, who were both loans. So Barcelona are not going to be making any money off those loans, but they are removing those salaries off their wage bill. So far, Barcelona have been busy with exits. And of course, Barcelona will continue to work on more exits, including that of Lenglet, who there has been an agreement in place, which I did talk about in the podcast, which if you haven't seen yet, make sure to check it out. Now, speaking of exits, it's reported that Eric Garcia has now fully ruled out a move out of Barcelona. Now, Eric Garcia returned from the Olympics after winning the gold medal with Spain at Paris, and he announced that Hansi Flick had talked to him and had told him that he wanted him to stay. As such, Eric Garcia decided to stay in Barcelona, with Barcelona register him as a first-team player. However, despite Flick telling the player that he counts on him and despite Barcelona registering him as a first-team player, it's reported that Eric Garcia has now fully ruled out a possible exit out of the club. Now, it seems that after Eric Garcia has spent a few trainings here at Barcelona and even played a few minutes against Valencia, he's still not sure what his role is. It's not clear to him. Is he going to be a defensive midfielder? Is he going to be a center back? Is he going to be a starter? Is he going to be a substitute? If he is a substitute, how many minutes he's going to get? So he still doesn't know exactly what his role is going to be. And as such, he's not fully ruling out an exit out of Barcelona. And if he does leave Barcelona, it's reported that his, of course, favorite destination would be Girona. And Mitchell, of course, would love to have Eric Garcia back on his team after having a wonderful season with him last season. And this doesn't mean that Eric Garcia is going to leave or that he's made up his mind to leave. He's simply not ruling it out because he still doesn't have a clear picture of what his future will look like under Hansi Flick. Now, we will end today's video with the news that Barcelona considered that Federico Chiesa is the most feasible option for the left wing, and as such, it's reported that Barcelona will be making an offer for the Italian left winger. Now, we know that Federico Chiesa has refused to renew his contract with Juventus, which expires in the summer of 2025, so next summer. And as such, Juventus have decided to completely isolate the player from the rest of the squad, telling him that if he doesn't renew, he's going to spend the rest of the season on the stands, not even on the bench. And Juventus have therefore put Federico Chiesa on the market, where they prefer to offload him to another league. So they're refusing to negotiate with any other Serie A clubs because they don't want to reinforce any of their competitors. And since Chiesa wants to come to Barcelona and Barcelona alone, even willing to reduce his salary to do so, Barcelona are now considering that Federico Chiesa is the most feasible option, especially since Juventus won around 12 to 15 million euros for the player, but Barcelona think that they can probably sign him for around 10 million euros. So given the player's age of 26 years old, given that he's a specialist in the left wing position, given that he can play on both sides, given that he only wants to come to Barcelona, given that Juventus are ready to get rid of him, and given that Barcelona think they can sign him for around 10 million, Barcelona think that he's the most feasible option for the left wing position. And as such, it's expected that Barcelona will be making an official offer in the upcoming days. Now, Barcelona have not made an official offer yet, but it seems like that offer is going to arrive pretty soon. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did do the podcast earlier today. Lots of news in that podcast. Make sure to check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, peace, Barca.